Hi. Welcome back to Mommy Mayhem. I'm one of your hosts, Ashley, and today we have Savannah and Kelsey. We
Hi. Hi.
hi. We are gonna kind of talk about being C-section survivors, C-section sisters. All five of us on the podcast have had a C-section. Yeah.
Mm.
I think it's like 1 in 3 women in the United States have C-sections these days. So it's like 32% is what I had looked up. And then I believe it's like 23% globally, which is kind of crazy. But I know most people go in planning to do a vaginal delivery and you have a whole birth plan, and then the mayhem and chaos starts, and you don't really have a say anymore, and your whole kind of birth plan changes. I know for me, it was 30 hours of labor, which was uh, horrible. And then it kind of spiraled into some chaos, and Charlie's heart rate kept dropping. I know I've talked about that a little bit before, but at least on my end, after I got my epidural, it only worked on half of my body, and I wasn't supposed to roll over because that's when her heart rate would drop, is when I was on my right side. But I was in so much pain that I was like, I need to roll over. Something needs to change. I'm not going to make it through this. And then the doctor was like, okay, if you do that and her heart rate drops, we're doing a C-section. I was like, honestly, at this point, I don't think I can continue. So, okay.
Oh,
And then I had to roll over. I did, and her heart rate dropped, and I was rushed into my emergency C-section. Um, she was safe, healthy, beautiful, perfect. She just wasn't like directly down my birth canal. So every time I contracted, her head and neck would bend. Because she was going the wrong way. She was just trying to come out my belly button the whole time.
she's like, oh, the
Uh,
door's right here.
yeah, hello.
This one.
Uh, yeah. So it was definitely unplanned, but in the end of it, I'm glad it happened the way it did, because I personally don't think I could have made it another few hours uh,
Yeah. How
of
long
pushing.
into your labor did you get the epidural?
So I was induced at 41 weeks, and I I never my contractions and cramping felt like intense period cramping for the first like 20 hours, I think. So it wasn't too bad. It was manageable. It was uncomfortable, but I was okay. And then it wasn't until, like I've talked about before, I wish I had it before they had broke my water, because that's when the pain really started and horrible. Um, so I think that was the 24 hour mark is when I probably got the epidural. And then, like I said, only worked on my left side. And it was so horrible and intense that I was like, I have to roll over. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to pass out.
Mm.
You're going to have to do a C-section anyway. um, yeah, but I do wish I would have gotten the epidural sooner, because every time they were talking to me, they're like, "Oh, it's just going to be a little pressure breaking your water. Inserting these internal monitors isn't going to hurt. It's going to be okay." And then breaking my water with the internal monitors, which in my head is like, can you just go get the actual tools? I don't know if that would make it less painful or what, but that definitely was the worst hour ever.
Oh,
And
they didn't even go get the crochet hook. They used the internal monitor to
she used
break.
the internal monitors to break my water.
Wow. That's
Yeah, straight
lazy.
up screaming, please stop, please stop. I can't handle this. It hurts so bad. Like, it was horrible. Josh said that was like the second time throughout the whole thing where he was like, I felt so helpless and I wanted to pass out and throw up, and I couldn't help you and I didn't know what to do. And it was horrible. And I was screaming. It was rough. Um, but yeah, then I had a C-section. They sliced into my body a full 7 layers. Uh,
A little
and I
7
saw
layer
that
kit.
beautiful head of hair.
So much
I do
hair.
remember so much hair. after the C-section, you kind of go into the postpartum recovery center. They keep you there for a couple hours, try to make sure everything's okay, make sure you don't hemorrhage and die and everything. And I just remember rolling back there, and I had forgotten that I had a catheter in, I had an epidural, all the things. And I was like, so can I get up and like go to the bathroom? Can I walk around? And the nurse was like, bitch, you just had internal surgery or major surgery. You can't get up for like 8 hours. You also still have an epidural. You also still have a catheter in. She's like, please just shut the fuck up. You're not going anywhere for a while. And yeah,
Like
that
you
was,
made enough energy to like get up and get around.
I thought I did.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't want to lay here. Let's go. What am I doing? And then
Mhm.
obviously all that wore off, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to leave this bed for a little bit. I'm going to stay right here.
Yeah. Did they keep you awake during your C-section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't know if that made the process easier that I had gotten the epidural probably an hour before. So I just kind of, you just lay spread eagle on the table. Everything's out. That also was like, okay, you're not doing a vaginal birth. Can I cover my hoo-ha? Because you can
Right.
see everything. There's no
Little
secrets.
blanket or something.
Also, it was super awkward. The surgeon, he came in, introduced himself, and he's like, hey, I'm Dr. So and so. He's like, you have a crazy last name. Is so and so your sister in law? And I was like, bro, yes, that is my sister in
Oh,
law. That is my father in law. You're currently looking at my vagina and my belly. Can we not talk about this right now? Like, you're about
do
to
this
see my
later.
insides. Can we literally talk about anything else? And I was like, yep, my husband's outside. That's his family.
How did they know each other?
Well, he saw my last name on the chart. And it's
Yeah, how
such
did they
like
spell
a oh, uh my sister-in-law went to school with his daughter, and they like lived in the
Oh,
same neighborhood, and he's like, that's not a very common last name. I know all these people. And I'm like, bro, you're literally looking at my vagina. Please stop talking to me.
my eyes are up here.
Hey, I know
It's
there's a
just
lot of hair going on, but my eyes are up here, buddy boy.
damn. Wow, what a
Super
way to start
awkward.
a delivery.
Yes, so weird. And it really is like, you have to go back into the surgery room first, and obviously they're prepping you, and they make you lay with your arms flat on the table, and all this medication is going through, and everybody's talking to you, asking questions, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Where's my spouse? Where's my husband? Where's my person? Like, I need someone in the room to advocate for me, because I'm not sure what's happening right now. And I just
Those
remember,
are
yeah, yes, and
pretty.
there's like 20 nurses and surgeons and doctors and anesthesiologists, and I do remember that being really intense. Did you guys kind of remember that intense feeling, or that obviously fear you're going into surgery that you didn't expect?
Yeah, I was nervous for sure. I actually like I so I labored quite a long time too, like just about the same amount of time as you, Sha. And finally, the doctor came in. He's like, "You're stuck at 8 centimeters. Your baby was measuring gigantic at an hour." So, OR room's open. We're just gonna cut her out of you. And I remember looking at Ryan and being like, "I'm scared. Like
Yeah.
this was not the plan." But I had like no fight left in me either, you know,
Yeah.
like just so done.
Because were you
And
like 20 plus hours of laboring too? I think all of
yeah,
ours were really long.
yeah, I'd gotten like to the third day and I was like, is there anything else we
Yeah.
can do to get this thing moving? Like they did, I can't remember what it's called, but they did that stupid fucking balloon thing to get me from 1 to 4.
Oh, ugh.
Super gross. Don't
Yeah.
recommend it. And the whole this is the first doctor on shift. I went through like 3 different shift doctors, and
Same.
Yeah, because they work, well, they do 24-hour shifts. And so like my first
Mm-hmm.
doctor I think was on the back half of her 24-hour shift. And then she's the one who did the balloon thing into my cervix. And she was like, yeah, patients say like it can be a
Oh,
little uncomfortable. And I was like, how uncomfortable are we talking? And she goes, I really can't say because it's all relative. And I was like, you're a fucking bitch.
I
Okay.
like get me the fucking epidural. Don't actually talk to me.
Yeah. Well, and I really, really wanted to try and do it like naturally.
Yeah, I remember you
So,
saying that.
but then I went to my 40-week appointment and they were like, we're gonna induce you. And I was like, ah, that's,
Fuck.
are you sure? And I do, like, I forget sometimes that you can decline to do that, like technically I think they can't force you
No, I
into an
don't think so.
induction. Um,
Yeah.
so I forget that sometimes. Like I really do feel like I was kind of trapped into that
Yeah.
decision,
That's
And
fair.
then
Yeah.
I still against my better judgment was like, yeah, I was really nervous about the epidural and that big ass needle going into my spine.
That was the best part for me at least.
I know, but like there's birthing classes you go to and they show you like they pull out the needle and they're like, look how big this thing is. Like, I know they're trying to be educational and prepare
Going
you,
into your spine.
but now just imagine it like passing all the nerves in your spine.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it just really freaked me out. So
Yeah.
it, the whole labor was just, it was a lot of sitting and waiting around, like waiting to
Hmm.
dilate more. And then finally, right before I got the epidural, they had pushed I was going on like 24 hours of Pitocin. They'd come in every hour and like
Holy
check
cow.
me and then be like, let's bump it up. And they kept bumping it up. And I was like, why don't you just give me the full dose and we'll get this party started, okay? Like,
Yeah.
kind of easing into it. Nothing's happening. Thankfully, for most of the time, I didn't have like super crazy painful contractions, but then all of a sudden I got to 8 centimeters and that was the worst pain I've ever
Oh,
experienced. And I thought I had a high threshold for pain, but that was a rough one. So I did end up getting the epidural. I was scared out of my mind. And then
yeah.
this was like in the middle of the night. So, you know how when you get the epidural, they give you your little button that you can push and it's on a timer or whatever, so you can't like give yourself too much or anything.
I actually
Do you
don't
remember?
remember if I had a button.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
So
I'll ask my husband later. I don't know if I had one.
I went to
You
sleep.
should have had one, Sha. I think you're just forgetting because you're supposed to be able,
Totally Delulu.
you're supposed to be able to self-administer it.
You're probably right. I just don't remember that part.
Well,
Shit, I
this
probably
was,
should have done that. No.
I know. No, yeah. I mean, it would have been super helpful. Well, this is in the middle of the night, so I was finally able to like fall asleep and get some sleep. I'd wake up and I'd have a contraction and I'd breathe through it and then I'd go back to sleep, forgetting to hit my
Oh,
stupid fucking drug button. So by the time I wake up in the morning on the third day, I am just in excruciating pain. And I was like,
holy
is there
cow.
a doctor in here? It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Mind you, I did not tell them I haven't been hitting my button. Like you guys did something wrong. It's definitely not my fault. But then the third doctor came in and was like, "Yep, we're." It wasn't even. It sucks because he just walked in and it wasn't even a discussion. He was like, "OR's open. First surgery of the day." He's like, "I'm
Oh,
feeling fresh. Like let's get a delivery on the boards. Like
like I'm ready to cut, baby. Let's go.
going for a PR today. Let's get after this shit." So
It's like I
that
got a
was
golf game at noon, so
yeah.
just
I
kidding.
got a quota for delivering babies, so let's get this one and get this day going. But it was crazy to me. The weirdest thing, I think, being in the OR was being on the table already, and they had
Mm-hmm.
already got me open. And then they just opened the doors and let Ryan walk in. And I was like,
Wait, you were already open and then they had him come in?
he's like, yeah, there was like blood everywhere. They had already
What?
started on you. And I was like, I'm pretty
Did they
sure
forget?
that's like really unsanitary for somebody to just walk in mid surgery.
Also, probably a little traumatic for someone who's not in the medical field
Yeah,
and is your spouse. Seeing
right.
your spouse like sliced open on the table probably would fuck me up.
Yeah. And that's what he said too. We should do an episode and do a POV from the spouse side.
I think we're going to.
Yeah. Like a special C-section,
Mm-hmm.
spouse
Oh, that'd be
C-section.
funny. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Because he was telling me like they had already started, which I am so convinced that's like so unsanitary and like increases the risk for infection like
Well, I think
tenfold.
you sterilize before you go in.
And usually the whole surgical floor is technically a sterile floor.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
okay.
think
Okay.
you're okay there. Yeah.
Okay. And he was
But
like
I
all
get your feelings of feeling that way.
I just remember looking over and they had already started and then Ryan walked in and I was like wasn't he supposed to be here already? But okay, that makes more sense. And he was scrubbed up and I didn't get an infection, so all's well that ends well.
Boom, bada bing, bada win.
I was it I'm not sure what happened, but like I was sort of in and out and at one point my heart rate got really really low and my eyes were fluttering and Ryan looks up at the anesthesiologist and this fuckhead is on his phone, which I don't know if they use that to like monitor what's going on or what,
I don't
but
know.
Ryan's like, hey, her heart rate's getting pretty low. Is that okay? And he looked up and he was like, oh yeah, I think she's fine. But I was still like on the verge of just being out and completely out cold. And then yeah, it was just kind of a weird thing. Like, you know how when they put the epidural in, they have to put some other medication in because your heart rate drops?
I don't
Like, what should
remember
be
anything.
insulin?
Do you know, Savannah?
Yeah, it might just be like a cardioprotectant, but I don't know what the name of it is.
I think so,
Hmm.
yeah. But
Because
yeah,
I
like
know
they
they
had
give
used.
like lidocaine
Okay,
sometimes for like increased heart rate, but I'm unsure about
Oh, interesting.
the rate
okay.
one.
Hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't fully there while all this was happening.
Yeah. Do
It's
you also
crazy.
remember, like, I remember obviously after Charlie came out and I was like, Josh, go to her right now. Don't say go, follow her, make sure you don't lose sight of her. And I just remember laying on the table by myself and you just sort of start like, moving up and down because they're like tugging your organs back
Yeah,
and forth and putting them back in. And you can just feel like things pulling and moving. And it didn't hurt, but it obviously was like, okay, I'm literally shaking.
oh no,
What is happening? My whole body is moving and bouncing. What's going on? You're like, yeah, I just remember that pulling feeling
yeah.
it was so weird. It didn't hurt, but it just was a weird Jeepers
Like,
Creepers Ed
yeah.
Gein pulling my fucking
Oh,
flesh.
yeah. And then they still have to like scoop out your placenta and shit, which
Yeah, I don't even
I'm
remember that.
still upset that they didn't ask. They just took it.
Oh, I was upset too because like mine they had asked me, but because I had the choreo, they had to send it for like histopathology.
Oh,
And I was so sad because I was so excited about my placenta. Like I was so excited that I grew this organ that like only women
yeah.
got
Yeah.
like grow. And I was like obsessed with my placenta. And then I had the choreo and they had to send it off to make sure that like there was no like cancer cells in it. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, bye placenta.
You're like, can I
And they
have it back after the test? Or
mailed to you or something afterwards. That's lame.
What did
Oh,
you say?
they can't mail it to you afterwards.
Oh, I know. Yeah, ship. Can you FedEx it
That's what I'm
overnight
saying.
to me? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Send it
Or, I
in a
mean,
little glass jar.
yeah, you're gonna be in the hospital for a couple of days. Like, just come find me
Yeah.
in my room.
I'll
But
bring you a mason jar. I just want to take it home. I need a new centerpiece.
cool is that you take fishing nets.
There-
Shaw, did they give you the option? Like, did they ask you what if you wanted your
they
placenta?
they might have. I don't remember.
Yeah, drugs or
Yeah, I don't
hormones.
remember at all. I don't even think I didn't really think about it like I wish I kind of would have thought about it how Savannah had thought about it, where it was like I grew this organ, only women can grow this. That's actually
Mhm.
so cool. I
Yeah.
never thought twice about it. That's literally what like fed my baby, kept my baby. I grew that. Like that's crazy. I should have thought about that more. So I did not uh yeah, I had no thought about it. Don't know if they
Yeah.
asked. Never crossed my mind. I did not want to eat it like some people do. That freaked me out. So that's probably what led me to like not think about it.
I wanted
I
to donate mine because there's like hella stem cells in your placenta, but obviously
Oh,
with the choreo they couldn't do that. But that was like what I my wish was. I like had wished that I could donate my placenta to science.
I wanted to make mine into those pills, those little powder pills.
It's such like a such a crunchy thing to do.
Soft crunch.
so now that I actually know what a crunchy mom means, I had to
Yeah,
look that up after. That was not what I thought.
I can be a little chewy myself sometimes.
Yeah, chewy mom.
Depends.
I know
On
too.
occasion.
That
Chewy
is how
mom's
I
my
feel
favorite.
tell people about my placenta. Like, God, they probably think I'm a fucking maniac. Look at my placenta. I even did it with all my like ultrasound photos. I was like, and that bubblegum thing, that's my placenta.
I grew that. You should be proud. That's a whole.
You should.
Yeah. Well, I had an anterior placenta, and so in every ultrasound, you can see my placenta like on top of
Oh.
like it's like my placenta, amniotic fluid, her. So
Oh, that's wild. Yeah. Yeah, I never thought about her. I should have. She she kept my baby healthy.
you guys, this
Yeah.
is not what this episode is about, but you know how many different types of like placental attachments there can be? It's insane. And you could have like your placenta could attach in like one spot, and then some of it can attach to like another spot. And then if you
Oh,
have,
really?
yeah, it's like so. I was very
If you have
obsessed.
twins, do you have if you have twins, do you grow two placentas or do they share one placenta?
I'm gonna look it up because I don't
That's
know.
I think it
actually
depends.
so
I think
interesting.
it's two.
I
Do
feel like it
twins
depends if
have
they're sharing
two
an amniotic
placentas?
sac.
80%
Oh,
of twins have two separate placentas, which
interesting.
is standard for fraternal twins.
Yeah, but identical are in the same.
Yeah, but identical twins share one.
Yeah, that makes
Oh, that's super interesting.
Isn't that so fun?
Okay, now look up like quadruplets.
No, that's insane. That's a
That is
litter.
How many do they have?
It's probably two or four, or two or
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Or
it's
like that
either like
lady
identical twins,
or
yeah.
they're all fraternal.
Or
or
that
they're all
lady who had like quintuplets.
quadruplets. Can
Holy
you
shit, that's
have
wild.
fraternal quadruplets? Hell yeah, Google. Oh yeah, you can have
Wow.
4 separate eggs are fertilized. What? Guys, I'm having so
Do
much
you know
fun.
how uncomfortable you would be with I just imagine how tight your belly would feel. I thought I was going to explode with one, like having two or three or four. Ow, your poor
And,
skin,
and
your
they're
poor.
all elbowing and kicking each other and kicking you.
Yes, and you and your organs, they'd hate them because they're in the way.
I don't know if
Did
my
you guys
body.
have posterior placentas?
Mine was anterior.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ended
Did you
up.
feel
I think
Remy
mine was
a
too.
lot?
Here and there, nothing crazy though. Like I never really
Yeah.
had like a really good one.
Yeah,
And I
me
think
too.
it was because it was anterior and just kind of like
Placenta was just chilling.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
how it
did.
was too with me.
Yeah, I did. I still was able to like kind of see my belly move.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
was cool.
Me too.
That's
Yeah.
I
honestly, I
believe
really
mine was,
Yeah.
yeah, I think mine was posterior too, because I could literally, you could like see her hand go across my belly. It was
that's fucked
crazy.
up. That's
I have some
crazy.
really cool videos. You just see this like, well, obviously people can't see it, but you could literally like see her moving and see if it was a like it would go out so far. I'll send you a video. It was pretty cool. So I'd lay there at night and like poke her and be like, "Hello,
Oh
hello."
yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was
was
crazy though. That's actually the one thing I do miss about pregnancy was I really liked being able to see her move in my belly was really cool. So if I were to ever do that again, oh god, I don't know, but I would hope that that happened again because that was pretty cool.
yeah, it is it's crazy. It's a weird kind of alien feeling, but it is absolutely incredible.
Did I tell you this is off topic as well? But
Mm.
for remember Savannah? Oh, you guys both were there for Katie's birthday. We went to go see the new Alien Romulus movie. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. But in the end of the movie, this bitch is fucking pregnant and the alien erupts from her belly. And I just remember Savannah grabbing my hand and then my sister Katie on the other grabbing my hand. And they're both like, uh, are you
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
Like this was the worst movie I've ever like had to watch while being pregnant. But also, that's exactly what a C-section looks like.
As
It
soon
was
as I
just
saw,
preparing me.
yes, as soon as I saw that that character was pregnant, I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "This is
Same.
what
I
I'm
literally
talking
was like, God damn it! I know this bitch is dead. The
Over
aliens
this.
for sure ripping out of her body.
Yes.
Yeah. And Katie turned to me at one point too and was like, "I'm so sorry." And I was like, "It's Alien. Like, of course this is happening."
Yeah. It's not, I mean, how could she have known too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Just sweet Katie.
So who knew
But yeah,
who knew?
so funny. That was
Um,
just prepping me for the C-section I didn't know I was having.
yeah. I'm sure it did. I mean, the aftermath looks the same for sure.
Sure does.
Um,
Sure. Do you guys remember after getting your C-section and you're all bandaged up and they have that like medical tape on you and I just remember like there was like gauze, medical tape, everything was taped down and whatever. The stitches were internal, but there was medical tape on the outside and then a layer of like the dressing or whatever they call it, which again was the gauze and extra tape just to keep it safe and everything. And I remember the nurse coming in at one point and was like, "Oh, you still have your bandaging on?" I was like, "Well, yeah, of course I do. Like, what do you mean?" And she goes, "Well, the doctor's going to come in a couple hours. You can take a shower and take it off yourself, or they'll just pull it off when they come in." I was like,
mm,
"What? Excuse me?" So I like immediately was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'm crying while I'm trying to take it off because I'm so scared that the doctor's just gonna like
right.
band-aid rip it off my fucking belly.
That's exactly what I imagined when you said that. They're just gonna
That's
come in.
yeah,
Okay, on the count of three. One, two, and
yes.
then rip before they get to
I
three.
feel like that's probably how they would have done it because they're so used to it that they're like, oh, it's fine. And I was like, no, I got it. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna cry and do it myself.
Yeah.
I'll be out in an hour.
The
Did they do that like with you or did they remove it gently or
I have no
okay?
idea. Post C-section, the 12 hours following the C-section were in and out and just like a weird fever dream. Like I had the weird hormonal thing where I was just sweating crazy. Like
Oh yeah.
we turned the AC on to like 62 or something in the room and I was still just so sweaty. And I'm like, is anybody else hot in here? And Ryan's over
Your
there.
nurse is in like a
The corner.
snowsuit.
Yeah. And she's like, it's crazy, right? And I was like, I don't know why you're so happy about it, but yeah, it's fucking nuts. And then she came in again. I don't even know what time, and she started asking me questions. And I am in my head, I'm answering coherently,
Mhm.
but I answer her, and she looks at me like, What the fuck? My mom was sitting there, and my mom was also like, "What the fuck just came out of your mouth?" It wasn't English. It wasn't
Like,
words.
bitch, did you not hear me?
I, I'm post op of a fucking major surgery. Why are
Yeah.
you asking me the questions? I've
Make
got
sure you're coherent.
right. I've got two other capable adults in here. One's my mom and one's my husband. Could you maybe just talk to them?
Anybody
I'm
else?
I'm not ready yet for like the post game conference. Okay, like just give me
Yes.
some fucking time.
And
Or
how long did you guys both stay in the hospital after your C-section?
2 days. I was out of there as quickly as I could.
Yeah,
Okay.
same brother. I gave birth on
2 days.
Monday, and then they were like, "You can go home today." On Wednesday, they were like, "You can go home today, or you can go home Friday." And I said, "Give me the fuck out."
Yeah.
I would like to
Bye-bye.
go home. Yeah, I was like, I would really like to go home. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
which
interesting. Because, go ahead.
yeah, no, I don't know if it would have made a difference because like of all of like Amelia's like weight loss stuff, but I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
it would have really made a difference if we had stayed or not, you know. That is one of the things that I always think about, like if we had stayed until Friday, because that's when we had scheduled our first pediatrician appointment for that Friday. And
That's kind
so
of how ours was too.
yeah, I don't think it would have made a difference. Like, but yeah, I wanted to leave. I was like, I feel like I'm cooped up in here. I'm getting like
Mm-hmm.
stir crazy from just being in the hospital. I want to go home. I want to take her home. Like, why are we still here? You know?
Yeah,
So as soon
that's
as they said
totally fair.
it's like, let's
Yeah,
go.
I definitely
Absolutely.
was feeling the itch to leave too, but it was because of the nurse that came in. He was I know I've told you guys about him before, but I think it was day two, this nurse walks in and he reeks of cigarettes, like wakes me up from my sleep, reeking of cigarettes. And I'm like, one eye open, like, who the fuck is in this room right now? And I like turn and I'm like, hey. And he goes, don't worry, I'm not the doctor. I'm
Nah,
like,
Harry,
who the fuck are you, bro? What do you mean you're not the fucking doctor? Who are you? You're a man in my room. Who the fuck are you? So I'm like,
transient man.
yeah, I'm like, Josh, wake up. And then he, immediately is like trying to touch my belly and like I'm like, "Who are you?" Like, "Holy shit, what the fuck is going on? You
That's
smell like shit. Your bedside manner is not nice." Like he made me feel so uncomfortable. And immediately or after he left the room, I looked at Josh and I was like, if we can go home, we're going home. I don't want to fucking be here. I didn't even think that I could request a different nurse because I was so uncomfortable that I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And then Charlie's pediatrician cleared her and she was like, if you get cleared, you can go. And I was like, okay, give me the doctor. Like, let's clear me. Let's get the fuck out of
yeah.
here. He came in and like gave me the checkout rundown, but he just was like made me feel so uncomfortable and icky. And then I had thought that it was a thing that when you're leaving the hospital, they wheelchair you out. Like, especially if you've just had major abdominal surgery, they would wheel you out to your car. And I remember him going, can you walk by yourself or do you think you need a wheelchair? And I was like, oh, I'd prefer a wheelchair. I haven't walked more than 10 steps in like 5 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever it was. Uh, I gotta go all the way to the fucking parking lot. That's pretty far. And he like huffed and puffed and was so pissy about having to take me to the car. And, I was trying to get that cute little picture moment of my husband pushing our brand new baby in the chair. We had one of those car seat stroller things. So fucking cool. If you can get one or give someone to gift you their old one, Duna or whatever brand, they're fucking awesome. But he like I'm trying to get this video and he's like, come on guys, like let's go, let's get this over with, let's hurt like was just rushing us and stuff. And I get that they have so much shit to do, but it just was like, aren't you supposed to help us out of the hospital? And I could be wrong. That was just my impression of like my insides were just cut open. we have about 30 fucking bags to carry. Like my mom was there to help, which was so nice. And my mom's trying to take cute videos of our first moment leaving the hospital, and he just was like huffing and puffing and rushing us, and it just felt really rude. Like I get you guys do this every day, but it's the first time some of us are doing it, or the second or the third, but it's our new baby. Like, I don't know, give me a fucking minute to enjoy it and love it and
It's a
No,
take
actually,
me
very
up to my car.
that guy just sucked because like the
He
person who
sucked.
took me out of the hospital, I still remember his name was Dakota, and he was
Uh-huh.
so sweet. Actually, I think he got married. Like I had a whole conversation with him. He got
I
married
love
like
that.
a couple months after because he told us his whole story. He hung out with us. He
Aw.
took us all the way to the car. Winston had to go get the car. He hung out with me in the front of the hospital. Like so, that guy was just not having a good time at his job.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could tell he did not want to be there. He didn't like what he did. Like it was, yeah, it was a very negative ending to that experience. Well, I mean, the last
You know what's
Yeah.
funny
didn't,
is I really
yeah.
liked my like surgical nurses. Like I liked my like labor and delivery nurses, and I
Mm-hmm.
really loved my PACU nurses. But as soon as I got
Yeah.
to like postpartum, I was like, who are these people? And where's my family? Like where's
Yeah.
my team that's been so like careful with me and loving to me? And like now I have these people that won't bring me medicine and won't answer my calls,
Yeah.
and Winston's having to go grab me shit and like you know what I mean? And so it is funny, it is like weird because I feel like the women in the PACU were amazing and
Mm-hmm.
my like labor and delivery team was amazing and my surgical team was amazing, and then as soon as I
Yeah.
got to postpartum I was like I cannot wait to get out of here.
I
Mhm.
hear that that's like a thing though, and I'm so sorry if you're an amazing postpartum nurse, but I've heard a lot that, your labor and delivery people are amazing, your surgical team, exactly what Savannah said. Everyone's amazing. And then you get to postpartum and they do not give a fuck about you. They literally are like trying to get you out the door. They don't fucking care. You're on your fucking own. And it's like, this is the most vulnerable moment of my whole life. I was just open on a table or pushing a fucking head and shoulders out of my vagina. Like, can you give me just a little bit of like genuine niceness or niceties, whatever. Like, just give me a little something, little sugar, just fucking anything. Because I've heard some things from my experience that was not the best part. It made me want to fucking leave,
Mhm.
and that sucked. Sorry again if you are one and you're amazing, kudos to you, but that was not my experience.
I had a good one. I noticed like
I love
my
that.
yeah, her name was Cherish. She was incredible.
Would
Like
love you, bitch.
yeah, shout out to Cherish. Yeah, she was great. I noticed oddly enough, like my entire hospital stay, regardless of which ward I was in, my daytime nurses were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And like the sundown scaries happen, and I like the first night I was there, the nur- I the nurse I had I think was like a student
Mm-hmm.
because somebody else was in there with her and like quizzing her basically, and they tried to place an IV in my hand. She stuck me like 10 fucking times
Oh, it's the worst.
and still didn't get it. So they had to
Oh,
bring somebody else in to do it. But I noticed like anytime during the day my nurses were awesome. Like I had I had a nurse named Marley during labor and delivery. She was awesome. She was a daytime nurse. And
mm-hmm.
then like the next night would come around and my nurse was not great. And then same
That
thing
sucks.
postpartum. Like I had cherished the first 12 hours that and luckily I got her for like pretty much her entire shift because I delivered first thing in the morning or
Mm-hmm.
first surgery of the morning in the operating room, and um I was really sad to see her go. Um, and then the nurses that night fucking sucked. And
Yeah, that
it,
sucks.
that's a tough time to not have good hospital
Yeah.
staff for. Because you're doing the, waking every couple of hours to change a diaper and feed and like keep track of it, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you're still recovering, like you're still coming down off of such a crazy hormonal roller coaster, plus all the drugs that they pumped into you for, you know, whatever you needed during labor, whatever you needed during surgery. So like you're still coming down off of that. They're giving you pain meds for that. And it's like those were some of the longest nights of my life. I was just like, I
Yeah.
I just want to see daylight, and I want a nice nurse to come help me like go to the bathroom and,
Mm-hmm.
you know, do
Oh,
all.
do you guys remember your first? Well, Savannah, you've talked about your first steps into taking that, but I remember that too, where she's like, "Do you need help walking?" And I was like, "I I don't know. Maybe, yeah, sure, please, let's start there." And I just remember her like actually like hoisting me out of bed, which was so great because I for shit could not get up. And then we went to the bathroom, and I do remember like sitting down, you know, you sit to pee, and then she like squatted with me right in front of me. And I just, you know, had never peed with someone that close to my self before. So I kind of was like, oh, hey. And she's like, yeah, I gotta make sure you're good. And which, thank God, thank you so much. But it just was
That's a
that one
lie.
experience where you're like, oh, hey.
I've been in a
And she's like,
bathroom stall with you that close before on a drunken night out.
yeah, you know what? That's probably true. Never mind.
Maybe non-familial.
She did help me with my peri bottle, which was amazing as well.
Okay,
Um
that's
I
new.
loved okay, I'm really sad because of all the Frida Mom stuff that's going on. I don't know enough about it, but I heard not good things. And normally I would have promoted the shit out of that because their peri bottle was fucking awesome. And I'm so now I like don't buy it, please, because now I don't fucking know what's going on. Everyone's disgusting in the world. Um
It's crazy when things like that are printed and advertised because it goes through like multiple rounds of people signing off of it on it. And
yeah.
nobody was like, these are baby products, guys.
Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know enough about it to really comment or say, but I am like fuck, that one was so good for me cuz it had the little it was like a an L shape, so it really got up there to clean you out. Also, that sucked about postpartum. Uh if you have a C-section, you still bleed from your vagina for like 6 fucking weeks and your
Mhm.
abdomen's been sliced open, so you're like
That's super.
just extra fucking miserable. And I am grateful I didn't have to have stitches in my vagina, but holy fuck, that did not make it any easier. It still sucked. You're like wearing a fucking diaper, your abdomen, you feel like your stomach is gonna like rip open at any time. So you're like, I'm gonna rip open and die at any moment. It was, oh, I just remember that being so hard.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you don't really think about it with the day to day, but you use your abs for everything.
Yeah.
Like sitting up, turning to the side, sneezing,
Sneezing.
Hmm.
sneeze,
Yes.
coughing, laugh.
Scariest fucking thing in the world was sneezing.
Yeah, absolutely. Fully
You're like,
expected
this is it. I'm gonna die.
to sneeze and then see a line of red across my shirt. Just like a quick spray. Yeah, but
It was just
it's
one stitch. It's fine.
like the recovery is crazy because you do have to be so self-aware of how you're moving at
Yeah.
all
Well,
times.
that's what's so crazy to me too is, you know, obviously we all were like ready to go home for different reasons, but you're literally 2 days postpartum and you're either your stomach is sewn together, your vagina has 50 fucking stitches or something, you know, horrible. And they're just like, okay, see ya. Have fun with this newborn. Good fucking luck. They're like laughing while you fucking leave. And you're like, what are they laughing about? What's so funny? And then the night two of the baby was awake and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck?
It's crazy because like you're not supposed to climb stairs and you're not supposed to drive yourself and like you're not supposed to walk
Yeah.
standing for long periods of time. You can't lift a
Mm-hmm.
certain amount of weight, and it's like crazy because you're just like so. you're so helpless. Like
Hmm.
I remember,
Yeah.
like I know we talked about the postpartum and like baby blues stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I remember just sitting there being like, "What the fuck did I get myself into?"
Hmm.
Like I
Yeah.
literally can't do anything. My husband
Mm-hmm.
has to do everything for me. I can't even get out of
Yeah.
bed by myself. And like our bed is kind of tall. Like we have like a king size bed, and I'm
Yeah.
short as shit. And I had to get a step stool.
Oh.
That was
Winston bought me a step stool for our bed because I had to literally climb on the
Oh.
step stool and just like not fall, but just like so
Yeah.
it wasn't like
Well,
basically.
because you
my
can't
leg.
like sit and lean back
No,
with your ab
yeah,
muscles.
no, you
Dang,
can't.
that's
Yeah,
such a good idea because I had the
yeah,
same problem and
yep.
I just kind of
Yeah.
flopped myself.
No, I flopped
And
a couple days and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And Winston bought me a step
Yeah.
stool.
Oh,
see,
that's
that's
so
smart.
nice though. That's
Yeah,
so nice. Yeah. I do remember too. I don't remember how long your guys' husbands or spouses had their days off or like their time off, but Josh only had a few weeks and it kind of was like, I really can't do a lot, holy cow. And he was able to do like another week or two. Wow, it's such a blur to think about that time. But obviously, he had gone back to work before my 8 weeks had ended, of like before you're cleared to do things and function. And they're like, well, you can only lift your baby. And I'm like, well, I have to drive places. Like, what am I supposed to do? Sit here for 8 weeks? Like, how do I get up? How do I pick my baby up? How do I carry my car seat? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You're not supposed to do those things, but you have to. You don't have a
Right.
choice. So you're like, where's the, what the fuck? What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Who came up with that?
I have
yeah,
to function a day to day life.
yeah. I was grateful for Winston because he works from home. So he took like he like actually extended his time because he took like half days basically. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
so he like still worked like a half day and then took like a half day off. And so he just did like the state leave. But it was nice to have him around because I could just like kind of I had a horrible I hated recovery. I had a horrible recovery. I feel like it took too long. And then, and like I said, I'm just like kind of like a person that doesn't like to rely on other people. So I also felt like the days were longer because of that kind of thing. And so I was like grateful that Winston could actually be home because I couldn't imagine like the situation you just described. Like, yeah, my husband's not here. What if I need to go? Like, what if I need to get out of the house? What if an emergency happens? I need to drive somewhere. Now I can't drive anywhere. And like, I can't imagine, like, I think I would have spiraled. I can't imagine being alone by myself and with like a brand new baby too that
Yeah.
you don't know anything about and they just gave to you with no background check and no application. Like, that you just have this
Yeah.
human being you have to take care of.
They
Didn't
just
even
let
have
you go.
like that's a written test, no licensing.
Mm hmm.
It is. It's crazy. And I don't know about you guys, but like just how it was in the hospital, I got stir crazy really fast. And I was ready
Yeah.
to get
Yeah,
and
I
Well, I was
always,
trying to walk out 10 minutes after my surgery. I was like, can I go to the bathroom? Can I get up?
yeah,
yeah. But it's
yeah.
still it's crazy to like that first realization of how much that whole process of bringing a human into the world,
Mm-hmm.
how much it takes out of you. Because
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I want to get outside. I want to go for a walk. Like, it needs fresh air. I'm tired of being in this fucking bed in this fucking room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to
Well, I think
be in a different spot.
the like day that we got Amelia home, obviously, that Friday we had her doctor's appointment in the morning and then at the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon my dad was still out here and I literally was like I have to get out of the house. Like I have to go
Yeah.
walk, like exactly what you just said. I was like I have to go walk. So my dad took me to Target to just like go walk around.
I love
And
that.
yeah, I was like I had asked Winston, maybe it was a couple days, maybe it was like Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Time is crazy. I don't even remember anything. But I do remember Winston had left the house at that point because my dad was here. And so Winston had gotten to go out of the house and like by himself and he ran and did, errands for us. And then I was like, I want to leave. I was like, can
Yeah,
I leave too? But you get like stir crazy because like the epidural, one, you're like stir crazy because you're in your own body and you can't move. Because like the epidural, when it does work, you can't move. Like you can't. Like that's the whole point. And then
mm-hmm.
you're stuck, you need help like moving to roll over, you need help to like adjusting your legs. like all those kinds of things. And so you just get like stir crazy in like your own body,
Yeah.
and you just feel like trapped in your own body for a little bit. And
Yeah.
especially after, like after my surgery, that's how I felt. I was like, I can't move. I have these like water circulating
Yeah.
my legs to keep the flow for no blood clots.
Hmm.
I
I, you know,
forgot about those. The
yeah, and I was like, I
compression
feel trapped
waters.
in my own body, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
It's such
after
a hard feeling.
I was trying, I did go outside, and like thankfully my mom was also here for the first couple of weeks, which if you have the opportunity to do that, if there's somebody willing to come to back to the house with you after you have a baby and help you out as much as they can and like take night shifts and stuff, absolutely accept that help. It was an incredible blessing. Like, I honestly don't know how we would have survived those first couple of weeks if my mom wasn't around
Yeah,
to help. But she was like, "Yeah,
totally.
let's go walk and get some fresh air." And I couldn't even make it a fucking block down the road. Like, I was so exhausted.
Same,
But
yeah.
then it drives you even more nuts because you're like, I need to get away from here, but I don't have the energy to get there. So, and then you go back to like you're waking every couple hours for feeding and changing diapers and like learning this whole new, very stressful thing about keeping a human alive. Like, it's incredible
Yeah.
what your body can go through and still semi function
Oh, yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, I remember Kels like postpartum, like freshly out of the hospital. There was a couple times where I was like, I'm having a great day. I could walk around the house, I could walk outside. Let's go to the store. Let's go to the market. And then I would feel bad because then we'd come home and I'd be like, I overdid it. And
I need to
we were
lay
gone for 30 minutes. We were gone for 30 minutes and I overdid it. And then I would get, back into that like, now I'm trapped. Now I'm trapped in my
down.
body and I have to depend on somebody else. And so it is crazy. And I don't know how it is for, obviously, because I've never had one, like a vaginal birth. I don't really know what the recovery is for that. But like having a major abdominal surgery and then on top of it, you got to take care of yourself and another person and another baby. It is an intense, intense recovery. And it is insane that women, most of the time in America, get maybe 6 weeks of
Yeah.
maternity leave because at six
It's
weeks I was not
absolutely
able to
crazy.
go back to work. I couldn't even walk up and down the stairs if I
No.
needed. So there's no way I would have been able to go back to work at that point.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
criminal how little time mothers have before they have to go back to work. And if you're lucky enough to like I'm grateful like I got to stay home longer than my leave, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
But most people, especially in the United States, most women do not have that
Hmm.
luxury, and I honestly I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they
Yeah.
wake up with a baby all night, get up. A third of them have had C-sections, a third of them have had major abdominal surgery, and they're up and at 'em a month after delivering this child and back at work all day long. And then they go home and they take care of their baby, and then they do it again 5 days
Yeah.
a week. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Shout out
God
to
bless
women.
you.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah. No, that is something that obviously one of the many things in our current state that should be changed
Hmm. Hmm.
and vocalized about.
Absolutely.
Because there's like, I don't know if you guys like on social media, obviously, once again, but I like see different countries and how they treat mothers postpartum. And there's like postpartum recovery spas that women go to in different countries and they're there for like weeks and they get taken care of. And I'm like, what the fuck? You guys
No.
sent me home after 2 fucking days. And you didn't even tell me that my milk production probably wouldn't start for 2 to 3 fucking weeks.
I
I
also
still
don't.
can't get over that. That pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of countries, especially like they're, not there's no country out there that is perfect and has all the
Yeah.
policies down and stuff, but a
Yeah,
lot
of
of
course.
European countries
Yeah.
for sure, like a year of paid family leave and,
Amazing.
extra help. Like the universal health care sounds pretty fucking good to me, personally speaking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
no, it's just it's it's crazy how often fucked we are with that. Because if you like, you think about it, we take this is gonna sound kind of gross, but like we take goo essentially from dad, right? And we use our body to grow an organ, right? To sustain a
Yeah,
life, build. We don't even we grow all the organs in the child that we're growing,
and our
Mhm.
placenta.
and our
Boom, baby.
right on top of that, there's another one. We grow the limbs, like we grow all
And
of,
another one.
and another one, and there's a you know eyeball over there and a nose over there, and it's just like kind of incredible what our bodies can do. Because if you like, men are just so fucking useless because if you were gonna turn this around, right? It's like, okay, I'll give you one of my eggs, and all you have at your disposal is whatever you can do with your body.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do with that egg? They're not gonna do a goddamn fucking thing.
yeah,
Meanwhile, we're over here growing whole human beings.
yeah.
I
So
told you guys after we all had babies, I said, guys, I'm pretty sure we're all fucking superheroes. We all just grew a literal life.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we're fucking awesome.
No,
amazing.
nothing has made me more like pro like women or like more of
Yeah.
like a feminist than like being pregnant. Because like yeah, it is
100%.
and like I work in a woman dominated field, like veterinary medicine. It is a new
Mm-hmm.
thing, but veterinary medicine is female dominated. And so like I have doctors and my medical director and my nursing manager and my nurse trainer and me and a bunch of other nurses fucking pregnant as shit on the floor and you're still dealing with aggressive dogs, aggressive cats, you're
Yeah.
empathetic all the time, you're working, you're on your feet, you're running surgeries, like and so it's like women are badass and they're fucking cool and it is
Yes.
insane what your body can do, you know?
Amen, brother. Yeah. No, it is. It's incredible, and we deserve a lot more credit than we get.
It
So,
just, yeah, I was going to say it's like insane how little praise we get
hmm
for the
honestly,
amazing fucking things that we're doing.
yeah, women are the best, and fuck you guys. Seriously, everything just like I don't know. Same though. Being pregnant gave me a whole new appreciation. Like
Yeah, I feel a lot stronger too to like speak vocally about being a feminist and
Yeah,
supporting women and like of course we fucking deserve so much better. Holy
yeah,
shit. Are you
yeah,
bare minimum of what we do
yeah.
is
like worshiping the ground that mothers
grace
walk.
you with our fucking presence.
Yeah,
It's
you're
funny
welcome.
too because I feel like being pregnant, I have like more respect for women that have
Yes.
multiple kids, but I also have a lot of respect for women that choose not to. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yes.
it takes a strong person to admit that like this isn't for you. Because it is
Yeah.
like a super difficult all the time. You have a job 24/7 for the rest of your life.
hmm
Mhm.
Like until you die, you are now a parent, you now have something
Yeah.
you have to take care of for the rest of your life. So it made me like have another level of respect for women who choose not to have kids
Yeah.
because
Totally.
honestly that also takes a strong willpower to like not do
Yeah.
like an expectation and to recognize in yourself that like you can't do this because
Yeah. Or
it's
just don't
hard.
want to.
Yeah,
Like,
I just don't want to. Like it's
yeah,
so
and that's okay. I
Well, it's a
totally, yeah, I totally agree with that. I think I also like for certain moms who are like, you know what, maybe one baby's good. Like,
yeah.
society is so on your shit if you don't want to have a kid and you just want to do your own fucking thing, or if you just want to have one. Like, they're like, no, you have to have multiple. You have to have babies. That's what you're here for. And I totally agree with you, Savannah. Like, it is, yeah, kudos. Just
Mhm.
kudos
Well, yeah,
to everyone, every
and
woman.
women,
incredible.
women, women.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
And you
totally
know what? The U.S. women's hockey team, you bad bitches.
yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Women's sports, you're crushing it. Fucking love you, ladies.
Yes. Go support women's sports.
For
Yeah.
real.
No, honestly. Fuck you
For
guys.
real. Fuck.
Insane.
Anyone
No,
who doesn't agree, fuck you.
yeah. no, women are incredible, and it does like.
Um, go
Yeah.
ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say it takes an incredible level of self-awareness to know yourself well enough if you
Yeah.
decide you don't want to have kids or like you like your life the way it is, then good. I'm glad and happy for you.
Yeah.
And it also like this we could get into like super political territory over here, but like
I
the
don't mind it. We've already talked about that.
I'm super pro-choice. I'm like
Oh,
ready to
this made me more pro-choice than I was, and I thought I was super
Yeah,
pro-choice.
yeah,
Having a
yeah,
baby made me more pro-choice.
same.
absolutely.
It
It's
made me, yeah,
important.
more intensely, I think it made me more intensely feel pro-choice.
Yeah, because to
Even
me
the
personally,
easiest
being
part.
pro-choice is being pro-women.
Yeah, that's absolutely how I feel. I just want you to have the say about your own body.
Yeah,
Excuse
pro
me.
autonomy over myself as a
I'm
human
not
being.
looking to live the handmaiden tale life. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and also my take on it is like I'm pro-choice because I want you to be able to choose to have a baby, and
Yeah.
like being pro-choice allows you to be pro-life. You know what I mean? That's my take on it.
Mhm.
Like I think,
I love that.
yeah,
I
like
totally agree.
that is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Everybody deserves like full autonomy over themselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that it's even a fucking discussion, but
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that statement for sure.
Yeah, same. Same, same, same. It definitely makes me really sad to see that we're still trying to fight that fight
yeah.
just for women to live a peaceful life.
Yeah. Leave us alone.
Leave me alone. I just made a human.
We're
Or
tired.
I'm just trying to fucking survive. Fucking fuck off.
Black women are tired.
We're fucking tired.
Ugh.
We gotta deal with all this bullshit. Leave me alone.
Okay,
Were
I have
there?
to
Oh, go
say
ahead.
one more thing pro women. I know
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
you said Sha that you had like a male surgeon and a male nurse, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only
Yes.
males that were in my like team were Dakota,
Mm-hmm.
who walked me out of the hospital or wheeled me out of the hospital, and then my the part of the anesthetist team, the guy who did my epidural. Those were the only two men in my entire team. Everyone else was women. All my nurses
Yeah.
were women. Like my doctor was a woman. She's my surgeon. She was a woman, and I was like, "Fuck yeah,
I
Yeah.
love that.
so,
I
let's go,
love that.
ladies." Whatever
You know
Shania
what?
Twain said, "Let's go, girls."
Let's
Girls,
go, girls.
wait,
Burner.
wait.
I actually, now that you just kind of brought that up again, I do remember um saying that I wasn't comfortable with like a male doctor for this specific situation, and I just felt more comfortable surrounded by women. And like, besides my husband, I didn't really want any other men around. I just wanted that support and that love. And I'm sure that, it was just whoever was on call, because they had to have, my OB was a woman, but then the general surgeon was a man, which that's fine. My anesthesiologist was a guy, and he actually was really nice. He made me feel really comfortable. He actually explained more about my surgery than the surgeon, the OB, who I still do not love. She felt not a fan. Um, and then, yeah, the only male nurse I had, I was like, I gotta leave this fucking place. This is the worst experience of my life. So I,
So bad person.
I'm literally, if I ever go through that again, have a baby, do all of that, I'm just coming down to where you guys went. I'm not
Yeah.
fucking doing it at
Yeah,
UC Health
honestly,
ever
I
again.
really loved that hospital. My OB is there, and Amelia's pediatrician is also at that hospital.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were there any, like, I know I'm beating a dead horse with it, but like, for me, um, two of the biggest things I was never told from my hospital was it's medically advised not to get pregnant within a year of having a C-section. Nobody ever fucking told me that. We had no idea. I just felt like that is probably important information to share. And we also were never told by my OBs or any of the postpartum staff or anyone that, like, if you have a C-section, your milk might not come in for 2 to 3 weeks. You're just producing colostrum, not enough calories for your newborn baby. Thank God for our pediatrician, who I love so much. We were like, Charlie had literally been up for 48 hours, and we were like, is this what life is? We're going to die because we haven't
Oh,
slept. She was only on my boob. That was the only time she stopped crying. But I thought, I was producing milk. And so we're like, what is going on? And she wasn't getting enough calories because I only was producing colostrum because no one fucking told me. So the pediatrician was like, well, how do you feel about formula? And I was like, I don't, is she fed and happy? That's all I fucking care about. I don't care. And so she was like, well, keep pumping. Once it turns a certain color or thickness or consistency or something, that means it's milk. Oh, or was it once her poop goes from the dark color to the yellow color, that means your milk has come in. So her poop was still dark. Again, I didn't know that. Nobody fucking decided to tell me.
mm,
Um, and the pediatrician was like, yep, once her poop changes color, that means that your milk has come in. For now, if you're comfortable, do formula. And I was like, well, yeah, she's not eating. She's starving. And the doctor was like, yep, that's why she's been awake for 2 days. She's hungry. And the doctor was like, okay, here's what I am making you guys go do. She's like, here's a little container of formula. Josh, feed this baby. Ashley, go sleep for 3 hours. And I was like, we literally both were like in tears, like, oh my God, thank you. We love you so much. But those are my like two C-section things that I like. You should disclose that. You should tell people that that's what's going on. It would have made those 48 hours a lot easier. I would have loved to have given her formula. I'm so glad that it was only a couple days and our pediatrician told us exactly what was going on. And she was like, why wouldn't they tell you that? But then I didn't know about not getting pregnant after a year if you have a C-section until
Yeah.
we started this podcast and you guys told me. Was there anything that surprised you guys that you didn't know about?
I think
um,
one thing that surprised me was that even if you have a C-section, you still have to do pelvic floor. Like you should do pelvic floor PT
Mm.
after.
mhm.
Because I don't know, in my brain I was just like, man, they cut it out of my abdomen. That's not my pelvis. And so I just like didn't think about it. But one of my girlfriends, she's going to physical therapy for her pelvic floor, and she said that it helped. It's helping her lose a little bit of weight. It helped like the feeling come back in her abdomen, which I know I talked about the last episode that I was on, that I'm still like kind of numb. And that's like one of those things too that I wish that doctors were more like, not like pushy, but like a strong nudge towards physical therapy after a
Yeah,
C-section or even just like a vaginal birth, you know?
Mhm.
totally.
Yeah.
That I didn't know that either. That's super important information. I also still have a little numbness down there too. It's like a little spot that still like feels tingly if I touch it.
Same.
But yeah, that is also really good information. I should probably get on that as well.
Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know. I think the waiting 1 year after, I think it's just giving birth. I don't know if it's specific to C-sections. I think it also includes vaginal births because your uterus needs to heal before it's ready to like accommodate another
Yeah,
placenta and baby. Um,
let's look it up.
but um, I
Was there Go ahead, sorry.
I was surprised to hear that you weren't told about the colostrum and the breast milk because I'm assuming like something
Yeah.
happens when you deliver vaginally that like basically kicks your body into gear and says, "Hey, it's time to start making breast milk."
Mm-hmm.
And if that doesn't happen because you have a C-section and you bypass that process,
Yeah. It's the
that's
hormonal shift that once you
mhm,
do a vaginal birth, it's like, hey, trigger, start that
right,
milk production. Let's go. So
right.
yeah,
So
that is.
that would be really nice to
No,
know.
no one
Um,
told me. Maybe that was the nurse's name was Joe, so I'm just gonna say it. But Joe should have fucking told me that. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Dick.
Fucking dick.
Poor guy.
One thing that I think new moms should know, this is not like
Mm-hmm.
C-section specific,
Yeah.
A lot of insurances will pay for a breast pump per pregnancy, not just one time.
Yes.
Every time you get pregnant, you can get a new breast pump. Um, just that's just something
That's a
you
great one.
check your benefits and check what you get covered because insurance will cover a lot, and also you can put a
Hmm.
lot of stuff on your HSA and FSA. So make sure you're
Oh,
checking
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how I paid for basically my entire stay at the hospital was for my HSA. A lot of medical products and baby products qualify for those kind of
Hmm.
support systems. So there's no like harm in asking for help or using the things that are provided. So that's just my little plug for check your benefits.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, I actually got my pump through my insurance as well. And it wasn't until a year later that they were like, "Oh, we actually mischarged you. Here's a $80 bill." And I was like, "Fuck." But, you guys look into it better than I do and don't have that problem.
Oddly enough, I did have somebody tell me that insurance would cover a breast pump. And so I looked into it and I submitted a request through my insurance. We had Kaiser.
Mm.
They denied it.
Oh,
But
no.
I think it's because the OBGYN through Kaiser at one of my like my 36-week appointment or something, they gave me a free diaper bag with a free breast.
Oh,
So I think that's why. But I was not aware of that
Yeah,
until the
because it's one
36
per
week.
pregnancy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
like they denied my request and I was like, well, fuck you guys. And then later they did end up giving me a free one, but like that would have been nice to know too going in
Yeah,
because it's like baby shit is expensive. That stuff adds up real fast.
totally. I also think, I don't know if this is just me, but totally random thought about, we go through this C-section and we're totally helpless and just trying to survive and feed our baby and function. And I'm sure that a lot of spouses go through that postpartum depression as well. I don't remember the exact term for it, but I know that they have like post baby depression as well. And, especially seeing your spouse so unable to do anything. And I just am really grateful for my husband and you know, I wouldn't have expected anything less from him, but it was just nice to have that love and support and knew that were taken care of. And it really sucked when he had to go back to work. But he was great when he was able to come home, and he kind of did the family thing too, where he took uh, one day off in the middle of the week and was able to be home, and that was really nice. But I'm sure that that is something the husbands and can get into in their episode is just kind of that toll and unexpected extra attention and care that we definitely needed. And again, thank you. Thanks, Josh. Love you.
Well, crazy with like a C-section. I mean, no, I'm gonna restate that it is crazy with birth, like just
Yes,
in general,
should have
because
said. I should have said that too. Sorry.
no, that's okay. Your spouse turns into your live-in nurse for you. Like I feel like even if you had a vaginal birth, like your spouse turns into that person that's like literally taking care of you at home, and they didn't sign up for, I mean, in a way they did, but they really didn't. Like they don't have medical training. They didn't sign up. They're also trying to enjoy their time with their brand new baby, and then they're your nurse at home, which is like also just kind of insane.
And
I
that's
bet that
so
that's like such a huge unexpected thing for the partners is that of course they're so excited for this baby, but that's all that they focused on for 9 months was like, oh yeah, things are going to be a little different with the baby. And then it's like, oh, I am a nurse to my wife who just delivered this human. And we have to, keep this baby going. What the fuck do we do? Kind of thing. I'm sure that is a huge part of that mental uh, smack in the face
yeah.
for spouses as well. So it's a whirlwind.
Yeah. Also with C-section stuff, this might be just like my husband specific, but Winston
Mhm,
does not like medical things. He doesn't like watching. I love the pit. He cannot watch it
mhm.
because it's very graphic. I am proud of him that he, one, took that picture of the true knot, two,
Yeah.
looked at me while I was cut literally open like a horror movie, and cut the umbilical cord. Like he did so many
He did.
he did so
Good for
many
him.
cool things, and I think that that is like it like shows to me it shows that like even men their bodies get like kicked into like parent mode. They're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can do it now, you know, because like
Gotta go. Go,
yeah, you
go,
gotta
go, go,
do it,
go.
you gotta do it, you gotta, you know. So it's just like it's just funny. It's crazy. I'm sure it's crazy to see a baby being pushed out of a vagina as well, but it is crazy to think about the fact that like you're literally cut open. Like
Yeah.
your 7 layers of your body is cut open. You're just like this bloody mess, and then they're just like, "Here, Dad, what do you want to cut the umbilical cord?"
Here's your wife cut open. Here's your baby covered in blood. And here you go.
So fun.
Yeah.
It is.
Hi,
It
Josh.
Cool. Hi, Josh.
He says hi, hi.
No, it is.
There you
It's really cool to see your spouse step into that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you love them and you've seen protector mode, I'm sure, before,
Yeah.
but it
Yeah.
does elevate into this whole
Yeah.
another level. Like when
Yeah.
so for Ryan, they cut the umbilical cord and brought
Mm-hmm.
Rem over to
Yeah.
that little like station and then let him
Yes.
cut that part of the umbilical
That's what Winston did too.
Oh,
And
that's
it was really
cool.
hard. Like it was super slippery and
I
like
bet
Yeah.
it was thick too.
Winston said, yeah, it was like a rubber, like a hose, you know?
which is I
Gross.
don't know what I was expecting, but there's a picture of Remy like with her umbilical cord still there, and it like it's clamped, but it's like fresh, like right after birth. I could not believe how like big and wide and
It's
like curvy
huge.
it was.
It's like
Not
bigger
what
than them.
yeah, not what I imagined at all. That was kind of cool and like gross at the same time, but a pretty neat thing to see.
Yeah.
Savannah, I'm like you. I love all that gross medical
Oh, me
shit.
too.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I love it. And Josh
Yeah.
loves it too. So that was
Yeah. It is funny, like, being in veterinary medicine because, like, it is just like a, you know, offshoot of medicine. And when I was in the hospital, I think my nurse ended up like just laughing at me at some point because I like was interested in what she was doing. I was like, "What are you giving me? What is that? What is this? Oh, you said code white. What does that mean? Like, what is it?" And then when they took me into the room, like obviously you're all drugged up because they're about to cut you open, and they took me into the OR, and my doctor was like, "We have to round on our patient," which we do that in in like the veterinary hospital too before you do surgery because it's like confirming who the patient is, confirming what the surgery is, confirming that like we're ready to go. And I was drugged up, and my doctor was like, "Hey, Savannah, can you just tell us what we're doing here today?" And I gave them full rounds on me, and they were like, "That's concise. We're ready to go." And like, I love my doctor. Like, I love my doctor so much, but her and my anesthetist were just kind of like laughing, and they were like, "You did a good job." And I was like, "Okay." But I gave them like full rounds. I was like, "My name's Savannah Howe. I'm here for a cesarean." And I'm like drugged up, like just on the table. It's like, okay, you need to chill. Shut up and chill.
You're like, this is literally my Grey's Anatomy pit moment. I am doing this.
Well, and like I said, we have to round at the hospital, so I think my brain just got kicked into like, oh, we're going to surgery. And so I
Totally.
just, like got kicked into like we're rounding mode. Just like hallucinating on the table.
Oh my God, I love it.
It's so funny. And also, I really appreciated my anesthetist. She was super cool and like super great. And I'm pretty sure I
Love
threw up on
that.
her. And she was very nice and she wiped my mouth. So, because I threw up, I think I talked about this too, but like I threw up at home when I was laboring. I
Yeah.
threw up at the hospital while I was laboring. And then when they got me onto the table and like started cutting, I threw up. Like, just like, I just like turned my head and just like vomited.
Ooh,
Yeah.
did not know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't
so-
know that. Holy
yeah.
shit.
And then I was sitting there. They had to give me, before we went into surgery, they gave me like Zofran, like IV Zofran on Dancertron. And then yeah, when I was in there, they started cutting me open. I threw up, and then I like threw up one more
Oh.
time. So it was just like this. I'm pretty sure I threw up on my anesthetist, and I'm very glad that she was very sweet, like wiped my face, and she's like, "It
She
happens."
probably took care of you first. She just
Yeah,
wiped your mouth first and then
yeah,
was like, "Hey, I have a little
I,
vomit on my scrubs. I'm gonna go change."
yeah. Well, and I don't know if you guys had this, but when I was in labor and when I was on the table, I got the shakes. Like my whole like body was like convulsing, like shakes. And I guess it's like a normal thing when you're in
Yeah,
labor.
it is a normal thing.
Yeah, and but I was like, am I dying? Like why
I
am
was
I
shaking.
shaking
I
so
remember
much?
shaking after my water broke during my epidural. I was shaking. I don't remember shaking during the C-section, but I do remember the intense, like, oh my God. And I had that when I had a different surgery a few years before too. And I remember like getting out and was shaking so much. And I was like, can I have a blanket? And the nurse and my mom and Josh were like, you have like 50 blankets on. Are you good? And I'm like,
Think so.
You know what I think is crazy too, and I don't know if this was just the hospital that I was at, but my monitors, like the screen was like behind me. But like obviously Amelia went into distress and when
hmm
like the middle of my labor, and that was crazy to have because the doctor told us what was happening, so like obviously we knew, but I couldn't see the screen and I had my epidural, so I couldn't really like gauge my contractions that well. Like it
hmm
was working. Like it did feel like pressure. Obviously, I felt like I was contracting, but until they got really bad, that's all it felt like. But I could see Winston's face because they told us what number to look for.
Oh,
And so Winston's like holding my hand, but he's staring at the screen. And there was a couple times that I just saw him turn white. And he's just
oh.
and then he would come back and then he would turn white and then he'd come back and
He's
it was
like, hi.
and I felt bad because I was like, "What's the baby doing?" And he's like, "I think they're okay," but he's like sheet white. And I'm like, "Cool, yay! I gotta squeeze your
You're
hand."
like, you're lying.
Yeah. So like that's crazy. But like I also don't think I would have felt any better if I could actually see the screen. You know what I
hmm
mean? And like that was
I,
crazy too because like you can see when you're contracting, like it shows
yeah,
you the peak. And there'd be a couple times during like the beginning part of my epidural that Winston was like, "Are you having a contraction?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, I can see it on the screen." I'm like, "That's crazy. I kind of wish I could see that."
It is
so,
crazy.
I mean, you guys know my dad and Travis, but he came in the middle of or my not delivery during contractions during the labor and everything, and like I said, they were just intense period cramps. But there were a couple that were like, "Oh my God, this is horrible," and he's sitting there watching the monitor, and my fucking dad is like, "Oh, Sha, here comes a big one. Here comes a big one," and I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, Dad. I know. Fuck you."
It's not
And just
helping.
every 10 minutes, he's like, "Oh, here's a contraction. Here you go." And I literally was like, you need to go. Your time is up. Thank you for your help, T-Bone. You gotta go."
Did you get sick during your labor at all?
Mm-mm.
No, I did. It was
Did
very,
you?
yeah. I got the shakes for
Oh.
sure. And then I had a very humbling moment where I like had to go to the bathroom, right? And so I'm like, I don't know what it is about labor for me, but I was like having crazy diarrhea.
Oh, no.
And then I got so nauseous at the same time.
Oh,
And
God.
poor husband, I screamed for him and I said, I need you to bring me a trash can right now. And this lovely man stood next to me while I just turned my head and blue chugged the trash can.
No.
Like stuff's coming out both ends right now.
Oh,
And
God.
looking at me with like, I'm sure he'd turn white as a ghost too. He's just looking at me
Yeah.
like, is this what labor is?
He's like, I love you so much. I'm so sorry. I can't help you.
Is it gonna be like this the whole time until the baby comes?
He's like, can I call your mom? Can we switch? I gotta tap out. Josh actually, after they broke my water, he had to like step out, and it was perfect timing because my sister Emily and my mom were just coming back, and Josh was like white as a ghost, and he's like, uh, can you guys go in there? And then I immediately am sobbing, and Josh is trying not to throw up in the hall because he's like, I can't believe she just went through that. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
And
But
then
yeah.
what's crazy too is like after they break your water, so it's like, well, it kind of depends, but after that initial like gush of fluid and stuff, I
Yeah.
like I had to get up and go to the bathroom. Every time I
Oh,
stood up the next few times, fluid would
just
just
peed yourself. Yep.
drop out of me, and I didn't know it. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know, like I can't hold it. It's just
They're
falling
so
out.
used to it. They're like, yep, this is normal. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah. But no, shout out to partners and spouses too, because he
Yeah.
like Ryan helped me the whole time, and he was not fazed by all of the horrific things that
Yeah.
I saw.
I also was like, we prepare the whole time during pregnancy to like shit ourselves, but
Yeah,
I'm sure you didn't prepare or think that you were gonna vomit the whole
no,
fucking time too.
no.
That's just another level of horrific.
Well,
Yeah.
like I hate to vomit. Like I hate it, and so I was pissed that during my whole pregnancy I vomited, and then I fucking
Oh,
vomited during labor.
right.
It was like at that point I had an epidural. Like when I had an epidural, it was involuntary. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
Stop it. It was coming no matter what. I couldn't
Oh,
move. I was like, I gotta throw up. Sorry,
oh,
y'all, I'm throwing up. But
They should invent something like a vacuum for your vomit, like a face mask where you can just vomit in the face mask so
yeah,
nobody has to clean it up. It just goes into a gross part in the hospital that gets
the wall.
disposed of.
Yeah.
But you just should be able to vomit into a hose
yeah.
or something.
When I was in the PACU too, I was sick. I had like a head cold or something when I went into the hospital, and
Hmm.
after I got into the PACU, I had to be on nasal cannulas for oxygen for
Oh,
a
you
while.
did?
Yeah, which like also
Oh
scared the shit out
gosh.
of me because I was like, "Am I okay?" And my nurse was like, "Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Just take some deep breaths." And I was like, "I'm breathing normal. I can't like I feel like I'm breathing normal." But they had to give me like I don't know if you've ever been like tested for asthma, but they gave me
Hmm.
one of those things where like you breathe into it and then you breathe in
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
out you breathe in, you have to like hold the ball at a certain
You
spot.
have to, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I had that for like the first like night and a half that I was at the hospital because I like
Oh
just
my
couldn't breathe.
goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy. The only time I've ever seen someone have to do that was Mima. Our
Yeah.
grandma in the hospital was the only time I've ever actually seen that besides Grey's Anatomy and all those things. But yeah, so
They
that's
actually
intense.
they
It's
gave me
funny
one.
because oh sorry, go ahead, Kels.
I was just gonna say they gave me one of those, but it was postpartum. Like they said that I had
Oh
to do that thing and keep
yeah.
going
Oh,
before I could go home. But I
Oh,
didn't have
interesting.
any, yeah, I didn't have any issues that I was aware of, like breathing wise, so I'm not sure
Yeah,
why they
oh,
made me do
interesting.
that. But
yeah.
it's
I
so
wonder if it was like because you did have high blood pressure, they were just kind of
Oh
checking all the boxes and making sure
yeah, maybe.
that nothing else was like affected.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did they, so after you delivered, did they
Hmm.
make you do it again?
No, that's when they made me do it, was after when I was in the PACU, like after I came
Oh,
out from surgery. Yeah.
oh, I
And then
see.
that's when I had the nasal cannulas in.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Okay.
No, no, no. Yeah,
Oh,
that's when I had to do it was like right when I came out of surgery.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is funny because like like I said, I work in the veterinary field, so like I do have like minimal medical knowledge. I don't have like human medical knowledge, but I do know like some things, and I'm like grateful for that. And I kept telling my nurses, like I talked to my like team, and I kept telling them that I was grateful because I was like, if I didn't have like any knowledge of this, I'd be freaking the fuck out. Like, what
Yeah.
is that? Why are you calling like a
Totally.
car even though nothing's happening? Like, I would be freaking out.
Where are you gonna
Yeah.
poop?
Hmm.
What the fuck is that? Get away from me.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
I do remember there was one point where if it had been any other nurse or doctor, they would have thought I was funny. I'm probably just, making myself feel better, but the doctor said some medical something and I said, "Oh, well, I got my degree on Grey's Anatomy, so I know what you're talking about." And she just like gave me the meanest fucking look and I was like,
She
I was
thought
just
you
trying
were
to
being
like
serious.
I was but I even laughed and Josh was like, "Babe." I was like, I was just trying to lighten the mood because whatever you said fucking freaked me out. And
It is
I
scary.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she did
Yeah.
not think I was funny, but I was trying to be funny.
Yeah. No, it is scary. They like just throw terms around and they're just like doing everything, and
Yeah,
it is freaky.
It's
ripping your
crazy
water. I know we
talking
talked about this too, but
through
Charlie had pooped inside the placenta, or inside, sorry, not the placenta, inside, and the sac. And so the water breaking was all green coming
Yeah,
out. So they were,
meconium.
that was another one that, like, yeah, meconium. Thank you. I can never remember that.
Yeah,
Which also, when we had talked about it, it made me just think about, I'm still, now that I think about it, I'm shocked that I didn't go into the C-section sooner
me
after all
too.
those things, because yours was in such a different way. And like,
Yeah.
Kelsey, you were talking about how you didn't want to be induced. I, at 38 weeks, was so uncomfortable and miserable. I was like, can I please be induced at 40 weeks? Like, I'll do anything. I'm doing everything. I'm eating spices. I'm walking on the curb. I'm doing all the things. And they were like, oh, at our hospital, we're actually not allowed to induce you till 41 weeks as a first time mom. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Like, holy shit, get this baby out of my body. And that, yeah, I like, I've talked to a lot of people about it too. And everyone's like, what do you mean they wouldn't induce you at 40 weeks? That's in, like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot,
Yeah.
things that I keep learning about my experience that I'm like, oh, that's
No,
not normal. What the fuck?
it
Was
wasn't.
there like sort of justification for that policy?
It was
Or
just first time moms. They would not induce you at 40 weeks, which I'm like, isn't that full term?
Mhm.
And they were, she just was like, yeah, we have to, our hospital requires you to wait for 41 weeks as a new mom. And I'm like,
Well,
well,
what is the benefit to that? Like why?
I don't
What,
know. No, no one told me. They didn't really tell me a lot of things with details, it sounds like. So,
It's interesting because like my doctor, like the advice they gave me goes against that advice. My doctor was
yeah.
like, if it's your due date, let's induce you because the longer the baby stays in, the more chance
Hmm.
that it is for like stillbirth and birth complications. And
Yeah.
so my
That,
doctor
well,
was like, let's schedule you, let's do it. If that's what you want, if that's not, that's okay. Well, we'll talk about it. So like that is crazy that
hearing that actually enrages me.
yeah.
That that's ugh, that makes me sick to my stomach thinking if something bad would have happened to Charlie because they made me wait till 41 weeks. Like that's horrible. And talking to our cousin Keiki, she is a nurse and stuff, and even her, like talking to her, she's like, I can't believe they made you wait that long. Like that's absolutely insane. So, and now hearing you say that actually like makes me want to throw up.
Oh,
I hate
I
that.
was asking Winston, like, literally, when you were pregnant, I was asking him, like,
Hmm.
every day, like, is she in there? Are they inducing her? He said no. I said, why not? Like, every
Yeah.
single day. I was like, why? 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 Like, I was
Yeah.
like, what are they doing? Like, what are they waiting for?
There was someone, I don't know if I should say this, but I will anyway. There was a person at the hospital who was like, you know, if you just go into the emergency room and say that you aren't feeling the baby kicking, they'll induce you because you're so far along. And I was like, I don't want to do that. That's going to fucking jinx something and something horrible is going to happen. Like, I'm not going to say that. So then, of course, I'm too terrified to do that. But also, like, do I just go and do it? And yeah, so I waited the 41 weeks and it was rough. And that also, like, I don't know if this is a thing, but it also made me wonder if, like, was she ever straight down my birth canal and then because I waited, she shifted? Is that no? Okay. Because you're
I
going
don't think
down
so.
to gravity, right?
I don't think she
You're
would have
going
went
straight
back.
down.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think so, but I just for a second was like, I wonder. But yeah, so I will not be returning to the hospital if I have another baby. I also don't
Yeah,
know if I'm going to do that. So,
that's okay too.
any surrogates out there for free, for free. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Both free. Yeah. Um, I feel like
C-section.
I've said some good shit. C-sections are fucking hard. Vaginal birth is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Birth is fucking hard. There's no easy way out. And also, like, I just, if anybody ever told you that having a C-section wasn't really birth, fuck them. If they ever told you that you have to have more babies because you didn't really have a delivery, fuck them. C-section is also birth. It's just a different way. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
They both suck. Recovery fucking sucks for both of them.
Mhm.
I couldn't imagine walking around with a swollen vagina or, 7 layers cut into my body. Neither one sounds great, um,
Yeah.
but birth is birth. Don't let anybody tell you that that's not. Fuck
And
them.
C-sections save babies.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's a reason that they're done, even if that wasn't your birth plan. And I know that some people feel that kind of trauma, PTSD from not being able to do the birth that they planned. But, as long as that baby comes out healthy and you're safe, mom's healthy, baby's healthy, that's at the end of the day all that matters. So, good luck. More fucking power to you. It sucks.
The sugar
Anybody have I don't do that anymore. I told you guys that. I was like, do you want me to lie to you?
No lies here.
No.
The movies are lies. It fucking sucks. Good luck.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true, actually.
Oh, that was one thing I didn't know. Sorry. Your water breaking is not that
No.
intense normally. It's like very rare that you have the big gush of water in the middle of nowhere and you rush to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then have a
Yeah.
baby 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Fuck, that'd be so nice. Also, I talking to like my mom had a really she's like, yeah, I was in labor for 8 hours, and my mother-in-law was like, yeah, 8 hours I was in labor, and I was like, oh cool, like maybe because of our genes I'll have a quick easy labor. 30 hours later in a C-section. Fuck. Unexpected. I went in too bold.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
All our babies are healthy and beautiful and perfect, and yeah. C-sections are rough. Your vaginals are rough.
Your vagina,
Good luck.
vaginal.
Your vaginal Yep. Mm-hmm.
Your vagina
I'm
and your
tired.
vaginas.
It's like
I hope
11 o'clock. I'm fucking tired. You know what? I'm out. Thank you so much for listening to Mommy Mayhem. If you want to reach out to us, we're at hi.mommymayhem@gmail.com. You can listen to us on Spotify and
YouTube.
Apple Podcasts, YouTube. I did make a TikTok and an Instagram, but I don't fucking know how to use them. So bear with us while we learn. Um, but we love your support and we hope you guys come back next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.